Hello everyone. This 13-minute video contains our travels from western Montana to Seattle, Washington. Thanks for watching. How is it, Bella? Cold? Warm? Should be probably pretty warm. Oh, it's just cool. Ah, that's nice. Water's lovely and cool. Moving pretty fast. Bella's sure enjoying it. Come through the bush over there from the campsite. Nice and cool. Let's go. It's the path coming from the camp down to the river. Not the only spot there along the banks where you can actually get down to the river. So you'll know that you're on the right path when the tree arches over your head, and that's the arch right there. You look at the bus, it looks like it's way low on the back side, but you can see by the gauge it's dead level. It's funny how the way things look and the way they really are. We're now back onto Highway 90 westbound towards Seattle, Washington. The scenery here is quite picturesque as we get lovely images of the Rocky Mountains and some of the smaller mountains leading up to the major peaks. The roadway here is quite windy, but we do get some pretty good straightaways. It sure makes for an interesting drive. Currently we're going across a river. Another nice bend up here where you can see more of the lovely smaller mountains. Here we've passed the Cascade Mountains and we're back out into kind of like prairie land. Some people don't think this is too pretty, but I guess you get out of it what you get out of it. I kind of like it. I like all the different colors. I like the fact that you can kind of see forever. It's quite fantastic, really. Now we're starting to see the step mountains of the coastal mountains that we'll be coming into before we get to Seattle. We're going to be pulling up eventually into a small town called Vantage. about halfway between where we slept last night and Seattle, Washington. As you can see here, the vistas are very nice. We're just coming up on a big giant reservoir and down in a bit of a canyon, although in the video it's kind of hard to see the depth of the canyon, but it goes down quite a ways. This bridge you can see on in front of us on the right, we're going to have to cross that bridge to get over to Vantage. There we go, we're on the exit off Highway 90, and we'll cross the reservoir over to Vantage. It's quite a ways across, so I didn't film the whole thing. This little campground that we stayed in Vantage wasn't really much of anything. It was just a place to hole up for the night. We weren't expecting much. We did have hydro and water, but I didn't bother hooking up the water, just the electric, so we could run the AC, as it was pretty damn hot. Temperatures probably in around mid-90s here. Although I didn't include it in the video, I made a hell of a screw up. When I got to that exit initially, I went right past the proper exit and ended up going down about another few miles to make a turnaround to come back. I'm gonna make a left-hand turn here, and there's a gas station up here I'm gonna pull into and get topped up. The campground is directly alongside or behind the gas station. Here we go. I'll get some gas eventually and check into the site, and that's about it. I didn't film anything inside the campground. It was not anything special. Back on the road again, Highway 90 west. The Highway 90, Interstate 90, goes from the east coast of the U.S. all the way to the west coast and terminates in Seattle, Washington. As you can see, we got the view of the mountains in the foreground there. Up in the ahead of us here, we got what they refer to as a animal bridge. So along the highways here, there's fences to stop the animals from getting onto the highway, and they put these real cool bridges in for the animals to make it from one side to the other. When you're walking over them, you'd think it's just a continuation of the forest. They're very well done, and they're pretty heavily used once the animals get used to it. It really makes a huge difference in the quality of life for the animals, also in reduction of roadkill, of course. We have a nice lake, as you can see on the left-hand side. Some of these lakes are utterly beautiful. Color of the water can sometimes be just almost surreal. You can see this lake is a beautiful blue. You know, the distances we go from campground to campground as we travel across the USA and also traveling across Canada as well in the future may seem like a big distance between start and finish, but you know, when you're dealing with these kind of sceneries, beautiful sceneries, the time really does go pretty darn fast, and it's very enjoyable. We can see up in front of us now, we're getting some much higher mountains with some snow on them. So the altitude of these mountains will be pretty considerable, probably up in the 10,000 feet plus, to be able to maintain that snow. Beautiful point on that mountain on the right. Pretty much what you think of when you think of a mountain. It comes to a point. Of course they all don't, most of them don't, but that's maybe typical of what you think of as a mountain. These mountains on the left are more typical of what mountains look like. They're usually fairly rounded or very jagged. Very picturesque through here. Well, that's going to be it for this video as we come around this corner, and when we pick up again, we'll be in Seattle, Washington. Bye for now, and thank you for watching.